This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. In the last session, we were talking about points related to different submodules of SAP FI like a GL, AP, AR. In case if you're working in any existing system, or in case if you're working in a project where SAP is already existing, SAP is already available. Now, in case if you're working in a new project or working in a fresh implementation project. When we say fresh implementation project, can we also call it as end-to-end implementation? Is that right?
Yes, correct.
When we talk about a fresh implementation project, we can also call it as end-to-end implementation project. In case if you're working in any end-to-end implementation project, the way you deal with your client, the way expectations are on you are different. Here what everybody will do, here nobody is concerned about your SAP FICO configuration knowledge, especially in the implementation project. Reason, in any implementation project, client interaction will be more or it will be less.
More.
Okay.
In any implementation project, client interaction will be more, meaning you will have to visit client location. You will have to sit with your user, understand their existing business process, ask them questions, whatever you have. Next, what you need to do, you need to showcase the demonstrations to the client. Open SAP, make them understand what is SAP. Accordingly, client will get to know. Okay, this is what is SAP, this is how SAP is working. Otherwise, client does not know, and when they do not know how SAP is working, definitely they cannot share their exact requirement in line with SAP. Now here, you need to understand the 2 points. Point number 1 is your existing business process. Point number 2 is proposed business process. When we talk about any implementation project, okay, in any implementation project, before coming into SAP, is client using SAP or other than SAP?
Other than SAP.
It depends. It depends.
Right? Your client is using other than SAP. This other than SAP is basically called as legacy system. Which system?
Legacy system.
Legacy system. And now you're working on SAP and you're implementing SAP. Your proposed business process is in SAP system. You know, SAP is only one system. But when you're talking about legacy, it can be anything. When we are talking about legacy, your legacy can be Tally, your legacy can be what? Oracle. Your legacy can be QuickBooks. Right? It can also be, let's say, what else? Microsoft,
Already.
Dynamics, and so on. There are so many, it can be anything. Now, based on this, we need to understand how the process is currently set up, how the process is currently used in the existing system by the client. Accordingly, you need to propose new business process in SAP. For these things to happen, there are 2 requirements that you need to have. When I say 2 requirement, now when you're implementing SAP, typically what we do the configuration. Yes or no? When we're talking about
Yes, sir.
implementation, we typically do config. Config related to what? GL, AP, AR, cash, bank. Is this the one? Or anything additionally we will do? Same thing, right? GL, AP, AR and all, we will do it. Now, one point from your accounting that you need to understand is, no matter where you are using your accounting, whether you're doing accounting in India, you're doing accounting in any other country, the whole objective of accounting is fixed or not all over the world.
Yes, sir.
The whole logic that is used, applied in accounting is fixed. The way you debit, the way you credit, the way you prepare TB, P&L, balance sheet, the way you analyze vendor, customer, asset, tax, everything is the same. You don't need to put much effort, single effort, understand the process in such a way, wherever you are in tomorrow's situation, you can understand the requirement. Now, what you need to understand here, you need to understand first their reporting. You need to understand what? Their reporting. When you're talking about reporting, any client at the end of the day will prepare a report. What kind of report are they preparing?
Statutory reports.
Right, they will prepare legal reports, statutory reports, or different kind of reports to meet different internal and external requirements. Let's say they're preparing a trial balance, they're preparing P&L, they're preparing balance sheet. For preparing these three reports, not necessary you need to have SAP, right? Even if you do manual accounting, can we do this?
Yes.
Even with manual accounting also we can do it. Now you need to discuss with the client, you need to look at their existing system and understand what kind of reports are they currently generating. Once you understand what kind of reports are they generating, you will get to know, okay, this is how they're looking at TB, this is how they're making P&L, this is how they're making balance sheet. And from this, you drill down how you're preparing a TB, what details are coming, how you're segregating your accounts, how are you preparing P&L, how you're segregating a P&L, what kind of expenses you're getting, what kind of income you're getting, what is your source of income, what is the product or service that you are selling to the customer. Look at balance sheet, what are your assets, what are your liabilities. Then you will have a fair understanding, okay, this is what is the company reporting. And then get into each and every point. When I say get into each and every point, first understand in your company, in your client, what is their key business process. Accordingly, you will understand what modules are in scope. When I say what modules are in scope, we are referring to SAP modules. Now, what are we going to become once you get a job? Which consultant?
Functional consultant.
Which module consultant? FICO consultant. So you can say FI is a separate module, CO is a separate module, right? This is all related to finance and costing.
Yes.
FICO is all about your financial accounting and cost accounting or management accounting. If your client is also making purchases, all your purchases, all your inventory is part of which module? MM module. Your client is also making a sale, then
Sales and distribution.
SD module. If your client is also doing the manufacturing,
Production planning. P.
production planning, PP. If your client is also doing projects,
PS.
PS, project system. Okay, if your client is also using technical developments,
ABAP.
ABAP. Your client requires system management, system administration and all.
Basis.
Basis, right? Your client also wants to manage all the employee master and all.
Success factor.
You have HCM or SF, success factor. In short, how many modules are there? Concur is part of this only. That is used for this travel and expenses.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in short, we have listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On an average, we are talking about 8 to 10 modules in any project. FI is mandatory in every project, CO is mandatory in every project, MM is mandatory in every project, SD is mandatory, PPPS, depending on the client business process, they will come into the picture. If client is a manufacturing based, PP will be available. If client is project based, then PS will be available. ABAP is mandatory, basis is mandatory, success factor is also mandatory. So in this, what are the two modules which can be optional?
PP and PS.
PP and PS.
PP and PS, these two can be optional because these are industry specific. If your client is from manufacturing production industry, then it will be available. Otherwise, not available. Okay. Now, what we need to do here is whenever you're talking about any SAP project, any SAP understanding, any project related understanding, make sure don't straight away get into SAP FICO. The reason why you should not straight away get into SAP FICO is I know you know that you're going to become a FICO consultant. You definitely understand what is happening there. But you need to understand overall in a project, what modules will be there. What if tomorrow somebody is asking you all of a sudden in your current project or in your previous project, how many modules were implemented? Can we say, having said that we have some experience, you're working in this project, you're working for this client for certain years, for certain months, I do not know.
No, sir, no chance.
Right? You cannot say this. There are certain points which will come, but it is not related to your module, but no other go, you have to know that. Kind of your basic fundamental things you must know if you are referring or if you are claiming yourself as a consultant. You must know. All right, you should know this module. And from each module, you should have minimum basic understanding what is this module related to. If you are looking at FI, you should know what is FI, what happens in FI. CO, what is a CO, what happens in CO. Likewise, MM, PP, PS, ABAP, basis, success factor, you should have minimum basic functionality of it, mandatory. It is not okay if you ignore it, not our module, somebody will be there. It is practically not going to work out. You must know at least one line for each module. Okay, what is this? And in this, you need to segregate two separate module. One is functional, other one is
Technical.
one is
Technical.
functional, one is technical. You need to know what are the functional modules, what are the technical module. In this list, functional modules are more or technical are more?
Functional
Functional
mode.
and
Functional are more. How many technical are included in this?
two.
Web and base.
Only two. One
ABAP.
is ABAP, one is basis. Other than ABAP, other than basis, all are your technical module. Sorry, all are your functional module. Functional module means there is a business function. When we say business function, function means some activity going on. Functionality, something is going on. In FI, you have finance. In CO, you have costing. In MM, you have logistics, material, purchasing. ST, you have sales. PP, you have production. PS, you have project execution. HCM, SF, you have employee management. Everywhere there is a business process dedicatedly. Everywhere there is a systematic rules and regulations followed by the company. We need to make sure that process you need to understand. How your FI is functioning, how FI is used by your client, you need to have a clear clarity. And here, if you assume that I am only working in SAP as a FICO consultant and you are a client. If I am working in SAP as a consultant and you are a client, what will happen? You have decided to implement SAP. When you have decided to implement SAP, you will first see, okay, let me check if SAP is suitable to me or not. Am I right? Nobody will go and just like that buy SAP. What they will do, they will see if this is suitable or not suitable. Accordingly, you will decide, okay, what is the cost of SAP? Okay, SAP is costing somewhere around 10 crores, 20 crores, 30 crores, 5 crores, 2 crore. It will cost you in crores. Let's say some XYZ amount SAP is costing, and then you will see whether I can really afford this. Because SAP is kind of a premium application for any business. Secured and then premium, most trusted application. It is as simple as like you are purchasing and you are selling and you are making profit. and you will try to see if your profits are more, you will try to get SAP application. If your profits are not more, if your profits are less, do you really invest in SAP, or you will go for small applications?
Depend upon the revenue, company
Right? If
revenues.
your profit is more, you will go for premium applications because you can afford. If your profit is less, you cannot go for it because you cannot afford it. All right? Meaning, company will decide whether it is suitable or not suitable for them. Any company who decided to get into SAP, always remember they are doing good business. They are doing good business, and these are all profit making businesses. Once they decided to enter into SAP, point number one, anyone who is getting into SAP does not know about SAP. Am I correct? Client.
Yes.
Because they are not using SAP, they are working on some other application. Now they will get into SAP. They will buy SAP license. When they buy the SAP license, now they need to have somebody to implement, install SAP. To
Yes.
implement SAP, to install SAP, you have some SAP partners. You have some SAP partners. SAP also will do the implementations. Majoritarily, people will not reach out to SAP, and SAP partners will be doing the implementation. That's where you call about different service providers like Infosys, Wipro, Deloitte, KPMG, EY. Different consulting companies are there, right? You have level 5 companies, you have level 3 companies, you have initial startups, you have freelancers. Am I right? Who can do SAP provided, SAP service provider? They will implement, they will roll out, they will migrate, they will support, they will provide all kind of SAP services. You will even see SAP gold partner, SAP silver partner, SAP platinum partner, and so on. Anybody noticed?
Yes, sir.
Like, these are all SAP partners. When we say SAP partners, authorized companies who you can trust to install your SAP. Now, once a company does the license purchasing from SAP, what they do, they call for bidding. When we say that they call for bidding, you know bidding, right? They say that, okay, we want to implement SAP. Now they will see who are the good implementation partners. For example, you're talking about India, you're talking about Dubai, you're talking about Singapore, China, any country. In your country, you know that if you are doing business and you know that your competitors and you know that the similar companies in the business, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
And they will see, okay, who are all using SAP currently in our industry, in our sector, and how, when they implemented SAP, who implemented SAP for them, how is their system working currently, how are they supporting. They will have some basic information. They will gather, they will collect some basic information. Accordingly, they will call for bidding. The moment SAP license is purchased, many people will know that, okay, this company has purchased SAP. From these companies, you know the salesperson, sales team, salesperson, they will come to this company. They will come to this company. They say that we are SAP service provider. We do implementation in your country. We have implemented SAP for so and so company successfully. We are premium in this. We are so successful in this. We are specialized in this industry and all. They will give some presentation. They will talk to the business head. After looking at the different options, they say that, okay, let us go ahead with some 4 companies. They will ask 4 companies to give the quotation, give the estimation. What these 3-4 companies will do, they will give the quotation, but before they give the quotation, they need to understand high level business. Am I right? Before they give the quotation, they need to understand the requirement. What they do, they will visit the company, they will talk to them, they will understand this is how we are trying to implement SAP, and we have, let's say, around 200 employees who will be using SAP. We are working on so and so thing. You will understand, okay, these many modules are required. What is the volume of your business? All these things, when you collect the basic information, They say that, okay, we will provide the estimation, we will provide the quotation, maybe in a week time. And then everybody will send you the quotation. By looking at the quotation, you will decide who you will deliver the project. And anybody who gave this quotation, they say that we have a project in pipeline. It is not confirmed, but they have submitted a quotation. Am I right? And everybody is confident about getting the project. They say that, okay, we have so many projects lined up, we have many projects upcoming, we have projects in pipeline, because they have given quotation, estimations, budgets. Likely they might get the project. Assuming out of all this, company had decided, I'm not taking any name for this client as of now. Later on, I will take names, I will make you understand clearly to connect more practically to each point. Okay, let's say that client had decided, let's go ahead with Infosys. Client had decided, okay, let me go with Infosys. Now what Infosys will do, Infosys will give the project timelines. Okay, we will start the project from so and so month, and we will take the project to the closure in so and so month. Let's say on an average, it will be 8-month project, 1 year project, or 1.5 year project, they will say. Accordingly, what Infosys will do, Infosys will start hiring these module consultants. Am I right? Accordingly, what Infosys will do, they will start hiring these module consultant. What they will do, they know that the project manager, solution architect, salesperson, whosoever part of the project initial discussion, they know what kind of skill set is required, what is their business process. Accordingly, they will hire the consultants. Either they will take a consultant from internally in the sense those who are working in the project, whose project is about to end, or those who are currently in the organization but not allotted to any project. In short, those who are in bench, they will be given first priority. If internally they cannot place the consultant, they will hire externally. They will recruit consultant, and then they will put them in this project. Once the project begins, what will happen? You all have to visit the client location. You need to make sure workshops or business requirement sessions are conducted. You would have heard that we are conducting workshops, a requirement gathering session. We are giving a demo to the client.
Yes, sir.
Right? These things will happen. When these are all happening, what you need to do in this situation, you need to understand SAP standard business process. Which process? SAP standard business process, meaning this standard business process is commonly applied in every company, in every industry. In short, this is not any client specific. This is the standard functionality available in SAP that you must know. If you take different points, let's say you take business process. If you categorize business process in accounting, you will first talk about GL. Right, you will first talk about GL. In GL, you will say this is how GL master is created, this is how GL entries are posted, this is how GL reports look like. And if you get any errors, if you get any mistake, this is how you make a correction. All these things you will showcase to the client in the standard company code or in the standard system. Similarly, AP, this is how you create vendor, this is how you create invoice, this is how you create purchase order, this is how you create goods receipt. Likewise, you will show different processes in each submodule. Then client will have an understanding, okay, this is how SAP is working, this is how SAP screens are looking like. Once they have a basic understanding, then you will sit with them. Now you will sit and then you will understand their process, because at the end you are not supposed to configure your process that you learnt, right? You need to configure the process that is used by the client. Am I right? For that, no other go, you need to sit with the client, understand the requirement. Now when you are sitting with the client, understanding the requirement, you are supposed to sit with the end user.
Excuse me.
You are supposed to sit with the end user. End user means the last person, lowest level where data entry is happening. When I say lowest level where data entry is happening, the user who is actually working on the system is your end user. Let's say I'm talking about GL. I need to know how entries are posted in GL. What kind of transactions are you posting in GL? What kind of reports are you generating in GL? What are the current issues, problems that you're facing in GL? What are your expectations? What controls you have in GL in the existing system? What controls are you expecting in the new system? In short, SAP. You need to make a note. That's what you call it as gathering the requirement, understanding the current process. If everything is good in the current process, in the current system, they don't want to come to SAP. Am I correct?
Yes.
They are leaving current application, they're coming into SAP means some expectation is there or not for any client. In the existing system, these reports are not coming. In the existing system, there is no control. In the existing system, I'm not getting the output the way I want. I cannot customize the system the way I want. They will see that, okay, there are a lot of challenges and the existing system is not supporting all my processes. It is only accepting, it is only supporting accounting. If I wanted to manage my inventory, this is not sufficient. This does not have all the features. I need to manage my accounting in one application. I need to manage my inventory in some other application. I need to manage my employee data in some other application. I need to manage my sales in some other application. Like client will see, okay, instead of using different application, let me go with single application, which will give me complete end-to-end business solution. Now, something would have triggered them, something would have made them to decide, let's go with SAP. Now here, any client who is coming into SAP will come with different expectations. When we say different expectations, it is not okay, I know SAP FICO config, just give me system, I will fatafat configure and then give it to you. Nobody will be okay. You need to ask them, you need to sit with them, understand, document it, get the sign off. In short, you're talking about GL, go to the client location, that's where we call it as on-site project. Client location on-site, anybody heard?
No.
I am working from
Yes.
client location. We are currently at
Yes, sir.
on-site. We are traveling to the client location on-site, meaning you are going to the client company. You are going to meet the clients. You are going to meet the user. You will sit with the user every day. Who are all using SAP, their current system, let it be Tally or anything. You will sit with them. You will understand what are they doing on a daily basis. What is their business process? You will first have high-level explanation from somebody at management level. Some higher level position person will make you understand this is our overall business process, this is my sale, purchase, all this kind of thing. They will make you understand, but that will not make you set up the system, configure the system. That will only give you high level understanding. Based on that, you will have a requirement gathering session by meeting, by discussing with the actual end user who is working on the system. You will go sit with everybody, understand, look at their current system, note down. And when you do this, you are already aware how SAP works. Am I correct? You already know how SAP FICO works, how GL works, how AP works, AR work, cash, bank, everything. You already have an idea. Accordingly, when you look at the current system, you note down. Nobody will tell you, nobody will send you minutes of meeting, all this kind of thing. It is something which you need to prepare. This is something that you'll have to prepare. Make a note of each and every point. Any doubt, any confusion that you are getting, you ask the client, ask the user, get them clarified. Once you note down all the points, the current process, and then ask them, what are the current issues that you are facing in this? You are creating a master. Only 3 points majoritarily you should focus. One is master, one is transaction, and the other one is report, and then focus on issues that they are currently facing in the existing process. What is their expectation? How they want to see this in the new system? Are they planning to make any corrections to it? Is there any process which is missing, or do they want to improve the process? You need to ask them. They will tell. We actually want to do it in this way, but in the current system, this is not possible. So we are doing it manually. Management want so and so report, which is not coming from my system. We are currently preparing this report manually by downloading 2-3 reports from the system, and then we add additional data. We do VLOOKUP, apply different formulas. We prepare a report, but we are not sure how accurate this report is because there is a manual intervention. Am I right? And they will start explaining you different points, and you need to ask what kind of errors, what kind of issues that are happening from the system. Let's say, do you have any control to prevent duplicate posting? You have any control to make sure user will not make a mistake, user cannot see everything? Different points you need to ask your client. It is not okay whatever client is telling I will note down, I will go and then implement the SAP. Practically not possible. You need to understand their process, and you need to connect this process with SAP, and you need to put questions. And there are some questionnaire you will get it in the implementation project. What kind of a questions we need to ask the client from FICO point of view? Even if you Google it, SAP FICO implementation questionnaire, you will get easily all these things. You will get it in the Google, but you need to understand what is it, where we use it, how we use it, what we need to ask, how you need to interact with the client. You need to understand. Once gathering all this information from all the module, GL, AP, AR, reporting, everything, tax and all, you need to make a document for every module separately. GL document, you make it separately. AP document, make it separately, because for every sub module, you have a dedicated SME, dedicated process owner, subject matter expert. Am I right? Who knows end-to-end process in that company? Those who are working in the user side will understand. If I'm talking about fixed asset, there will be one user who is responsible for entire fixed asset, and who will have a team below him. Similarly, bank, similarly cash, similarly your AP, AR, GL and all. They will be the SPOC. SPOC in the sense you have single point of contact. For every module, you have single point of contact, and you need to make sure the communication will go through them, information you will receive through them. And you will have key users, power user. Anybody heard these things? Super user, key user, power user, SME, SPOC.
Yes, Sachin.
Different terminologies will be used depending on the company, depending on the project. Now they will be the point of contact. Once you prepare the document related to AP, send this to AP relevant person. What they will do, they will go through the document. This document which you prepared must contain their current business process and the proposed business process. Proposed in the sense, by looking at their current business process, by looking at the current system, you understood, okay, this will be the best suitable way for them in SAP. This is how we will do it. Payment will be done this way. Reports are generated in this way. There is customization. Client wanted to have this kind of report. You will put everything, send it to the respective user. They will review the document. If everything is okay, they will tell yes, document is okay. If they find any missing, if they find any disconnect in the process, either in the current or in the proposed, they will tell you this process is not correct. They will tell, no, we did not discuss this process I told in this way, but you listed in the other way. I asked for additional report also, we wanted changes in this thing also, but which is missing in this document. They will tell you, and then accordingly you make a correction in the document, add the missing point, remove the unwanted point, send it again. And what they will do, they will review and they say that, okay, from AP point of view, all my scenarios, all my requirement is covered. Likewise, from every business process owner, you have to get the information. Once you got all the information, you consolidate everything, prepare a blueprint. Consolidate everything and then prepare a blueprint. Because if I am working in AP, you are working in AR, somebody is working in banking, I am not supposed to send a blueprint to everybody, because I am working in AP, I should know only about AP, about the company. Am I right? Yes, no? If you are working on asset, you should not know about how vendors are managed in our company. You are a user, you should have the limitation. So you need to take the respective confirmation from the specific user. After that, consolidate all the documents, prepare a blueprint, business blueprint or solution design document. This blueprint document or solution design document, once it is prepared, you call the initial document as a draft, version 0 or initial draft. This draft blueprint or initial document, version 0 document, send it to the client. Not to the client directly, you send it to your project manager or your senior consultant or your solution architect. They will review it. They will review the document. They say that, okay, you make these corrections here, keep the format correctly. They will tell some suggestions, they will some correction. Once all these things are done, finally this document will be officially sent to your client. Document will be officially sent to the client. Client will take some time. Client will take some time, and after taking time, then they will come back stating, okay, we are okay with this blueprint, or they say that these points are missing, these points we are not able to understand, can you please clarify? If there are any queries, if there are any corrections, requirement changes, you will revise the document. When you're revising the document, you need to understand version management. Version management means, if I have a document which is prepared yesterday, sent yesterday, now today I am telling change A to B. Now don't edit in the same document A to B and then send it to me. Keep that document which you prepared yesterday as V0, version 0, copy paste the same document, rename it as V1, version 1, and in the version 1 make changes and send me the revised one. In this also, if there are any changes, understand the changes, make version 1 to version 2. At any given point of time, you should know, initially we prepared draft document and then it underwent, let's say, 12 versions. Now the 12th version blueprint is finalized. How many versions you prepared for the blueprint sign off? If somebody is asking, you should not say no, I do not know. Straightforward, nowhere blueprint is signed off. Nowhere it will be done. Everywhere it will undergo changes, corrections. Once your blueprint is finalized, your client will sign on the blueprint, your project manager will sign on the blueprint, meaning it is final. And when you're doing the implementation, when you're working as a FICO consultant, whatever is there in the blueprint, only that you'll have to do it. Something is not there in the blueprint, you're not supposed to set up, you're not supposed to activate or enable that functionality. Am I correct?
Yes.
No matter, even if you know, if you do, this will be very good, you're not supposed to do it. Now, this is not your practice to do whatever comes in your mind blindly. That's where when you do a practice, you have to be very, very careful. The way you practice the system will have impact on your work environment also. Sometimes when we practice what we do, everything left and right, we create the configuration, we create the setting, create entries, pull the report. We don't have any scenario, we don't have any requirement. What we do, wherever you see the setting, you will execute. And when you straight away go to a project, you will find it very difficult to manage. Because here everything is commercial. Project itself is commercial, right? Client is paying huge money to the company to get the project done. Am I right?
Yes.
Anything that you're adding, additionally, they will charge additionally. Additional work, additional effort, additional money. That's it. And you need to understand this. And you don't tell what you're doing in the system to anybody, especially to your client. It is as simple as that. You need to present their requirement in a systematic manner to the user. That's it. Assuming you're working in a coffee shop, assuming you're working in an ice cream parlor, I came to you to the ice cream parlor and I took one token for ice cream. I took standard, just give me plain vanilla ice cream. And I gave token to you. The person who is sitting in the billing counter will not deliver the ice cream, right? He will only take money, he will give in the token plain vanilla ice cream. And when you are the delivery agent or when you are the person who is actually preparing the ice cream, by looking at my bill, plain vanilla ice cream, do you have to give the same thing that I have purchased or you need to add additional things on it?
No, whatever is the requirement, just need to provide.
Alright, let's say I asked for plain vanilla ice cream. You have to give only plain vanilla ice cream. Okay, I know him. No, no, plain vanilla doesn't taste good. No, no, wait, I will add some chocolate syrup on it. Now you are adding additional thing on my ice cream. It's okay, I will get benefited. Point number one, I will get benefited. If I'm keeping quiet, it's a loss to you or not?
Yes, he's lost.
You're not supposed to do it, because now plain ice cream that I purchased maybe is for 50 rupees, and if you add chocolate syrup, it might cost you 5 rupees. If I want vanilla ice cream with the chocolate syrup, then you may have to bill 55 rupees. You bill 50 rupees, you're delivering 55 rupee worth item. Whose problem is it? The person who is giving the ice cream to the user? He is strictly supposed to give whatever is there in the document. Additionally, don't do anything. In front of you, everything is available. You can put whatever you want on it. Yes or no? But you're not supposed to do it. You need to have the control. You can see whatever you want, you can give it. Nobody is there to stop you. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Correct.
But the moment somebody raises a query, I asked for vanilla ice cream, why you put chocolate on it? This becomes a problem. You cannot say, why are you making noise? Keep quiet. I gave you additional thing. Simply go eat. You cannot say this. Some user will be quiet, some user will make noise. And it is always verified. And then if anybody goes, they say that, okay, look at my bill, vanilla ice cream, look at what I received. Vanilla ice cream only, but chocolate on top of it. Did I tell you to add chocolate? Who told you to add chocolate? You would have thought that no, plain vanilla doesn't taste good. With the chocolate, it will taste very good. As a complimentary I have given, nobody will listen to your explanation, your excuses. It is your mistake, yes or no?
Yes.
You are supposed to do what is there on the document. That's it. Additionally, you're adding anything, you will be at a risk. When I say you will be at a risk, you are at a risk. It reveals whether you know how a consultant works or you do not know how a consultant works. When you understand these points, you will act according to the situation, according to the scenario. Otherwise, even though it is not there, you will do it. Sometimes it is required, but not part of the documentation. You need to inform the client whether you want to add this functionality also. But directly you cannot inform the client. You need to inform your project team first. Take their opinion. If they tell yes, we need to do this also, ask them for a confirmation, accordingly do it. Reason tomorrow, when you do this implementation, when you do the system setup, when you do the testing, when you go for UOT, client will test the system in a different way. They will give you a requirement in a different way. They will test it in a different way. The requirement is different. The way they test is different. So you have to be very, very careful here. You have to be smart. Client will tell you it's all standard only. When they test it, they will test it in a different angles. This entry they post, that entry they post, they will post debit as credit, they will see if system is stopping or not. All these things they will never talk when they give you the requirement. But when they do the testing, they test all crazy scenarios. And you need to make sure whatever is required, whatever is standard, whatever is possible, whatever is not possible, you have to have a clear clarity. And then you need to explain, you need to talk to them. And wherever it is a new testing, new scenario that they were not giving you, that they were not telling at the time of initial requirement, please make sure you are confident enough to say this was not discussed, this requirement was not given, this scenario was not given earlier. Otherwise they say that no, this is not working. Simply they will tell no, it's not working. Not working means what? Why it is not working? Whether this was given earlier? And everybody will ask, is this a scenario discussed earlier? You cannot say, I don't know, I forgot. You're working in the project. You have to remember everything. You have to note down everything. You need to maintain a document. You need to maintain a diary or whatsoever. Write down every point. because at that moment everything is very simple. But there are situations where your client is actually testing the system, your client is actually working on the system. They will come up with different points. Sometimes they say simply that no, nothing is working, my old system is very good, nothing is happening in SAP, it's creating all, it's wasting my time, it's taking a lot of time, giving a lot of errors for everything. Then they talk negatively, and it is your responsibility to convince, it is your responsibility to help them do it in a better way. Initially when they migrate, when they move to SAP, nobody likes SAP, specifically from the user point of view. It is more kind of restricted. You cannot do whatever you want, you cannot see whatever you want. Am I correct? You have many restrictions in the system, many authorization. Whatever you put, you will tell you are not authorized. Any user will get irritated. I want to see this. You do not have authorization. How authorizations are controlled, you need to know. Meaning roles and authorization activity also you need to know. How many users are there? Each user activity is what? Accordingly, you need to decide what will be the role, what will be the responsibility. Depending on that, decide how many roles are there, how many users will create, how many users will change, how many users will display the data. And it is your responsibility to do it and coordinate with the basis consultant, get the respective rules created and get it tested also. And you also need to coordinate with the other module consultant. Along with FICO, you have MM, SD, PP, PS and all. With this module, when data is getting integrated, you call it as cross-functional, cross-module integration, FIMM integration, FISD integration. When you're making any purchases, how purchase order is getting created, from purchase order, GRN is how it is getting posted, what accounting entry is coming, how it is supposed to come, what settings are required. All these things you need to understand. And accordingly, make your client understand, because they need to give the GL account. How we are understanding it, how we are making them understand is again a problem. Because most of the time we understand the process, it is okay, but your understanding is level 1. Level 2 is you need to make your client, your user, the opposite person also understand. You need to talk, make the other person understand. This is level 2 that you need to make sure you are comfortable with. Level 1, make sure you are comfortable. Once you are comfortable, immediately focus on when I talk, when I explain, can I make my user, my client, my project team, my colleague understand this or not? Sometimes what will happen, we understand it, but when you tell, nobody understands. Am I correct? When you look at it, you understand what it is, but when you speak, when you talk, nobody understands what you're talking. This is again a problem. Meaning you need to focus on different points at a different intervals. In such a way, tomorrow when you're in a project, you can easily manage. Else what will happen, we will end up focusing only on the configuration repeatedly day and night for the next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, which will practically not help in any project. These things will practically not help. You need to assume the scenarios. You need to visualize the scenarios, act accordingly, prepare accordingly, so that when you talk, you will feel the difference automatically. Okay, these things will happen, this is how things will come. It has to be similar. And tomorrow when you see the real environment, if it is coming in the similar way, you will be more confident. Okay, this is something that I know. Somebody is asking you to go to client location, you need to work from the client location. You are joining in my company Hyderabad, but client is in, let's say, Mumbai. They will tell that you please go to Mumbai and then work in Mumbai in client location. Go to client office. And you should be confident enough to go to client location, client office. You should know when we go to client location, what will happen, what is the expectation, how we need to act there, how we need to behave there, how we need to manage the things in the client location, because you do not know anybody there. Everybody is your counterpart. Am I correct?
Yes.
Everyone will come
Yes,
to
sir.
you only because they only see you there. Whether it is related to FI, MM, ST, PP, QM, whatever, everybody will come to you. This is not working, that is not working. They say Today now time is 7 o'clock. 9 o'clock we have a meeting with Can you please inform your consultant to join a little late? They can directly tell to the consultant, but they will tell to you, and you need to pass on the information. Many things you'll have to do. Don't think wherever you sit, you only do the config. Different things you will be doing depending on the project. Depending on the situation, you have to do so many other things. If you're aware, it will give you confidence. If you're not aware, it will not give you confidence. Everything will be a surprise. I don't know what and all I'm doing as a consultant. And these things, when you're practicing only config, will never make you feel confident, because everything is a surprise for you every day. Don't get these surprises and don't get any kind of shockings. Make sure you are comfortable, you are familiar with maximum points that you come across when you get a job during your training itself. Okay, so what you need to do here is the client process you need to understand initially in the implementation project. Process from different modules. First focus on other modules. What other modules are there? And then if I have, let's say, some 10 modules, if I have somewhere around 10 module, each module will have at least one consultant. If I have 10 module, each module contains at least one consultant. Minimum, how many members will be there in my project? If there are 10 module, each module has got one consultant. Minimum, how many consultants will be there?
10, sir.
Minimum 10 consultant. And you also need to include project manager. You also need to include project coordinator, likewise. And there are certain module, there will be more than one consultant, like FI, ST might have more than one consultant in the projects, in the implementation project. More than one FICO consultant, more than one more than one ST. All other module, one is enough. But FI, FICO, and ST, majority will be one or more than one consultant, easily possible. 3 FICO consultants in a project, 5 FICO consultants in a project is easily possible. In short, tomorrow people will ask you, what is your team size? Suddenly we will go blank, we don't know what number to tell. In the interviews specifically, you will get these kind of questions. What is your team size? Then we will be surprised, or we may not be confident to answer these kind of questions. Will it give positive or negative impact if I'm not able to say my team size confidently on the spot? Negative impression. Let's say I am telling, let's say in my team I have only 4 members. Then they might ask how many modules are in scope, how many modules are implemented in your project. Now I'm telling FI, CO, ST, all like set 10 list I told. For 10 module, how come you have only 4 consultants in your team? Then gone, mismatch. Small points, but will create a very big impact. Because when you're coming to attend SAP FICO interview, everybody is aware you have prepared on SAP FICO. Am I correct? Topics that are there in SAP FICO, questions that are important for SAP FICO, everybody is aware that this candidate prepared on all these topics, on all these questions, practiced, and then coming to interview. This is understood by default or not by anyone? If anybody is coming to interview?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright? If they put only these questions, everybody will answer. They'll not put these questions. They will mix the questions in different way. They'll ask these kind of questions. Where are you currently working? Is it remote work or is it hybrid work? If I say that I am currently working on hybrid model, okay, how many days in a week you have to go? I'll say 2 days a week. Okay, where are you currently located? I say I am currently in Hyderabad. Where is your office? My office is in Bangalore. How are you going to Bangalore twice in a week? Then I should be answerable. On what days you are going? On what days you are working? If I say I am working on alternative day, Monday and Thursday I need to work. I need to go to office. Okay, and you are in Hyderabad currently. How are you traveling to office on Monday and Thursday? Just like that, whatever comes in my mind at that moment, I should not talk. I should be well prepared. If you are working, it's okay. If you're not working, you have to be very well prepared. Expect all the questions and then do it. Expect questions in such a way that all of a sudden you may be asked to tell your Aadhaar number, tell your PAN card number. They might ask you to tell your date of birth. They might ask you to tell what is your date of birth all of a sudden. Can I say I forgot? Can I give wrong answer?
No, we can't give the wrong answer.
Before attending interview, everybody will share your photo ID card or not? Aadhaar card, voter ID, PAN card.
Yes.
They will ask you to submit the document, right? Show me your photo ID proof and all. If they get a doubt, is this really this candidate who is talking or somebody is talking on his behalf? Is this a possible proxy? Suddenly they'll put this question. They'll ask, what is your father name? Suddenly they'll ask your personal questions. How many siblings you have? If you're talking, you will on the spot respond. If you're not talking, somebody is talking on your behalf, they cannot tell what is your father name, right? That 1 second, the change in the tone, the 1 second change in the face expression will get them caught. Many things are happening in the market. Not your fault, but because of the situations that are happening in the market, even though you're not doing any kind of thing, because that they got the doubt, they will reject. If your preparation, if your way of talking, if your appearance is giving any kind of doubt, it will lead to rejection straight away. Meaning you should know complete information about FICO before you get into the market. Otherwise, you will never understand. Let's say I am using very old laptop. You're all aware in the old laptop, how better is your camera quality? Yes or no? Old laptop's camera is clear or unclear? Clarity.
Unclear.
Not clear, right? Because you will get maybe VGA camera, you may be getting 0.3 megapixel, the old version cameras. Even if you put full makeup, you will still look dull. You will still look dark. Now, if this is the situation, they say that, can you please turn on your light? And people will tell, no, currently there is a power fluctuation. Different reasons people will tell. These are all the strategies applied. These are all strategies applied. And what you do, you join from your mobile phone. Mobile phone camera, laptop camera, there is a huge difference or not? If you
Yes,
open
sir.
mobile phone camera and if you open laptop camera, where you look clear as you are? In mobile or in laptop?
Mobile.
Right? You also need to join from the mobile. Don't directly join from the laptop. Prefer joining from mobile because you can have clear picture clarity. Because your picture is not clear, might create a problem. Possible proxy. If they are getting doubt that whether this candidate, if you do not have proper network, sometimes in the laptop at home we don't have internet. Possible or not? Not everybody will have Wi-Fi connection at home, right? In that case, what you will do from mobile phone, you will send hotspot connected to laptop, login from laptop, yes or no?
Yes.
And when you do it, your connection will be very slow. And there will be a lag. There will be audio disturbances. Don't do all these things. Directly join from the mobile phone. These are all the small points, but which will add very high value in your interview. At the end, whatever the effort we are putting, whatever the knowledge that we are gaining is to get a job. If those key points are missing, it's of no use. And be prepared in such a way that, let's say, if you are asked a question like, where are you working? I am working in, let's say, Infosys. And where are you located? Let's say I am located in Bangalore. Bangalore, where are you located? I'll say in Bangalore, I am in some, let's say, Marathalli. And where is your office? Let's say I will tell my office is in Electronic City. Then they'll ask, how are you going to, how do you travel to your office every day? If I say by bus, they'll ask you which bus you will take. Literally, they'll ask these kind of questions. And can you tell me the route areas that you cover while going to the office? Then you'll have to tell Marathalli, and then whatever the stops you get in between, you'll have to tell. Is it really required for a FICO consultant interview?
No.
No. But you will get these kind of questions just to check if you're really working or not. If you're really working in that company, if you're really going to office, you will tell me the route, right? Yes or no? If you're not working, you will not tell. I don't know. Your smile, your silence, your answer, do not know, will clearly reveal that you are not working in that company. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But these points, when you're getting a question, make sure there is a logic behind it. Everybody is aware when we're talking about a FICO consultant, most of the time we try to manipulate the experience, we try to project the experience. Yes or no? We change our current responsibility as a user to consultant. You're getting my point, right? You're adding some different client project. It's okay, nothing wrong in it, but prepare on it. Whatever you put on your resume, make sure you're aware of it. Just like that, copy from X, copy from Y, copy from Z, dump it in your resume, give it to somebody, take my interview. Nobody will do it. The way they look at the resume, they will get to know is a right candidate resume or incorrect resume, because your resume reveals. When you look at the resume, you will not find any mistake. You will find everything is there. But when somebody is looking at the resume, they say, by looking at the resume, this is not a genuine profile. Leave it. And surprisingly, if you look at some companies like North Side and all, if they look at any profile from your South Side, they will not take interviews. They will not even shortlist. With specific level of experience, if they find profiles from South, they will not shortlist also, because they know people from South will put different kind of experience. They will not provide the proper documentation and all. They will take offer, they will not join. There are different things that you have to think. There are different things that you'll have to look at, because it is their experience from the company point of view, HR point of view. They've got some experiences, accordingly they're acting like this. And you also need to know what things are happening in the market. Accordingly, you need to ensure, okay, when I go to the market, these points I will keep in my mind. Just like that, don't start attending interviews. And if you look at any SAP FICO interview, the moment you get the first initial call, called as your HR screening call, we are calling from so and so company, are you looking out for a job change? If you tell yes, then they'll ask certain questions. In this question, definitely they will ask, do you have any implementation experience? How many end-to-end implementation you did? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
If you don't tell that I don't have any implementation experience, they will say, sorry, we are looking only for candidate with implementation experience. They are not scheduling interview if you tell you have no implementation experience. Why everybody is giving preference to the implementation? Because the one who knows how FICO implementation happens, how SAP implementation happens, they can work in any project, in any environment. Because this is where your actual knowledge can be measured. This is where somebody can ask, somebody can feel that, okay, this candidate knows what is business requirement, how configuration is done, how testing is done, how things will move to production, what kind of issues will come. All these things you will understand only when you are in an implementation project, or only when you know properly how implementation happens. Otherwise, you will not know. When you talk, you need to ensure that you are sounding practical, you are sounding realistic. And when you are confident, you can say. If you are not confident, you cannot say. The person who is asking you in the interview, in the initial round, in the initial telephonic discussion, they don't put any questions, right? They only ask, do you have any implementation? No, I don't. I am not part of any implementation. You are very honest. You will not get your interview scheduled, right? Because they will find another person who says, yes, I did implementation. There is an alternative or not? If you tell no, for them.
Yes, sir. There will be so many options for them.
Right? There is an alternative. They will go for another candidate. Nobody will say, okay, this guy did very hard work. He's very sincere, very genuine. Let me go with him. Nobody will do it. If you tell no, I don't have any implementation experience. Okay, no problem. They will call another candidate. They say that yes, my full experience is in implementation only. I'm implementation expert. Yes, please come. You're the one we are looking for. You lost the opportunity. You'll have to understand the current market situation requirement. Prepare yourself in such a way that even if somebody is testing it tomorrow, you will pass the test. Somebody is asking some question, make sure you are in a position to answer. Somebody is asking implementation, yes, I did. Interview got scheduled. In the interview, they put questions. Don't be blank there. Sometimes in the interview, people will ask you questions in such a way, literally, you will not attend the next interview. You will say that, no, I'm leaving SAP. Literally, somebody will play with you in such a way in the interviews that next time you will not attend any interviews. So many questions they'll ask, literally, you will sweat. Many people have this kind of experiences because they do not know how exactly we need to prepare, what exactly we need to know. Once you prepare in a proper manner, you will find your interview is very simple. You are aware that anybody who is taking your interview, what he or she will do, they will ask you questions. Am I right? What will they do in the interview? They'll only ask the questions, right? And you need to answer. And if you are prepared properly, if you are confident enough, treat your interviewer as a person who has doubt in SAP. Let's say we both are friends. I will ask, what is this? I am not understanding this. Can you tell me what is this? If I ask you as a doubt, you will answer me? Or not? If somebody is asking you a doubt, will you answer or you will not answer?
No,
Will answer.
the friend.
You will answer, right? If your friend is asking a doubt, you will answer. If somebody is asking a doubt, you will answer. Now, don't treat your interviewer as something else. Think that, prepare mentally that the person who is asking the questions in the interview is a person who is having some doubts in SAP FICO. Just go clarify their doubt. If they are okay with your doubts clarification, they will give you the offer. If they are not okay, there are many people with doubts sitting in the market to take the interview. Am I right? Go clarify
Yes.
somebody else's doubt. Somebody will be convinced with your doubt clarification and they'll give you the offer. If you take, they are giving me interview, they are taking my interview, they will judge my knowledge, they will check my skill set, only then your heartbeat will increase, you feel that nervous, tension, all these things will come. Don't think that way. If you know high level what is what in SAP FICO, there's nothing to fear. And it will be very comfortable for you and you will be very confident. Let them ask any question. Treat their question as their doubt, their confusion. Clarify to the best of your knowledge. And you will feel the difference. It's all about how you are assuming the thing, how you are preparing for the situation scenario. And then you will feel the difference. At the end, your confidence matters. At the end, your knowledge matters. Nobody will see your effort, your hard work, right? Everybody will see your performance there. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
At that moment, how you are performing matters. To perform at that moment, you need to have different kind of knowledge, different kind of effort, hard work. When you put all these things, you will do it. Somebody will act, somebody will perform. You cannot act for so long, right? 1-2 questions you will act, but at one point you will get caught. But if you're talking from your knowledge, if you're talking from your experience, your thorough preparation, everybody will recognize that yes, this candidate is the right candidate, and that impression is what you have to get. No other go. No other shortcuts in SAP FICO. You have to sit and then you have to put your effort. No shortcut. Don't think that today night I will sit, tomorrow morning I will become a consultant. It is practically not possible. You have to sit, you have to put your effort, you have to give dedicated time. And you cannot do it in shortcut, you cannot do it in fast forward mode also. Both are not possible. No shortcut, no fast forward mode. It's like if I sit 8 hours a day, you cannot do. After 2 hours, 3 hours, you keep adding, whatever is there in your mind will keep disappearing. Hardly 2 hours, 3 hours you can sit on SAP FICO. Beyond that, you cannot sit, and don't even sit. 2 to 3 hours maximum you can spend on FICO per day. After that, don't spend any time initially. As you move forward, you will get used to it. No need of 2 hours. Within 30 minutes, within 15 minutes, you'll understand the concept. But initially, don't sit like you're preparing for IAS, IPS exam, not required. Spend 1 or 2 hours, more than sufficient. Do your daily routine, 1 to 2 hours you spend on SAP FICO, more than sufficient. Happily, you can learn SAP FICO. Don't get so much spiritual, all this kind of thing. Nothing is required. 1 to 2 hours is more than enough to master in SAP FICO easily, because you are learning in 3 to 4 months. 1 to 2 hours initially, if you put your effort, it is more than enough, more than sufficient to gain proper knowledge on FICO. Don't think I will sit whole day, 8 hours a day, day and night I will sit. Nothing will happen. You will not see any improvement, because that will not work. You know that it might work, it might create a miracle wonder. No miracle, no wonder will happen. Don't do all this. Do your daily routine as usual. Just spend 1 to 2 hours or maximum 3 hours, nothing beyond that. Then do your daily routine as you want. Whatever you do, do it. But just 2 to 3 hours a day, give proper time to SAP FICO, and then rest is your choice. Do whatever you want. No need to take stress, nothing is required. You will feel the difference, you will see the difference. Because when you take the right content, it is enough. You don't need to dump whatever comes in your mind. Whatever you see in the market, don't dump in your mind. And seriously, stick to only one source. If you are listening to me, if you are following me, listen to me, follow me. If you are adding different other things, it will become a khichdi. No, there is no output. You will not feel any taste in it. Because the way I tell you is different, the way somebody else tells you is different, the way you assume is different, the way your friend tells is different. You are combining everything, everything will be messed up. Don't do it. Have a clear mindset. Okay, I am following Ajay, let me follow Ajay. That's it. I am following XYZ, follow XYZ only. You cannot combine, because always they'll contradict. Always it is different. Always it will not match. And you will be at a place where you are confused. Instead of adding knowledge, you are adding confusions. Confusion number 1, confusion number 2, question number 1, doubt number 1, doubt number 2, why like this, why like that. Not required. Here you are supposed to get the logic, get the concept. That's it. Not the config, not the screen, what you're doing. It will come automatically based on the logic, based on the scenario, based on the concept. Put your effort to gain the concept and then logic. And strictly follow limited sources only. Don't read everything, don't follow everything, whatever comes in mind. This you will practically see the difference. Regular sessions, you will see that you are not referring to any content any Google, any document, any material that you were doing before, you will stop doing it. You will stop it from your side only. I will not even tell you to stop, but you will only stop, because you will feel the difference, that this is not what I'm looking for. This is not giving me the information that I need. Currently, we do not know. Whatever comes in our way, we will refer it, we will watch it, we will read it. But now, going forward, you will stop doing it. You will practically see the difference. Okay, in short, these are the certain key points that you need to know about implementation. Every point will be explained in depth, in detail as we move forward, as we step into our regular sessions. I will elaborate every point crystal clear, step by step. Okay. All right, let me stop this here. The remaining portion we will discuss tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Ajay.